What if Excel could not only calculate results for you, but actually decide the best possible answer? Hello and welcome to Ben Academy. In this video, you will learn how to use Solver in Excel to find optimal solutions for problems like maximizing profit, minimizing the cost, or balancing constraints. Instead of guessing values or manually testing scenarios, you will learn how Excel can do heavy thinking by defining objective cells, decision variables, and constraints step by step. By the end of this tutorial, you will understand how Solver works and how to apply it to real-world optimization problems with confidence. Let's get started. I will show you how to use Solver in Excel. Let me first explain how Solver can be enabled, because in some versions of Microsoft Excel, it's not enabled by default. It should be here in the Data tab. At the end of Data tab, there should be a Analysis part, and Solver has to be here. But in some versions, it's not here. And if you check the Data tab, you cannot find the Solver here. So you should go to File menu, then Options, and in the right side menu, you can find something like Add-ins. If you click on Add-ins, you will see that a menu will be here. And at the bottom, you will see a Manage and a drop-down menu in front of the Manage. The first item in the drop-down menu that is selected by default is Excel Add-ins. By clicking on Go button, you will see another window. And at the end of these options, you can find Solver Add-ins. If you click on OK, the Solver will be added to your Excel. So I will click Cancel here because I have added it before. Okay, I want to use Solver to obtain the value of this equation. For example, suppose I have 6 different variables that are fixed variables, that are noun variables, but I have also 6 different variables that are unknown. I want to find them with a goal, with the aim that the aim can be different things. For example, z value can be 0, can be the maximum possible value with different amounts of y variables, or the minimum possible amount, or it can be a specific value like 1, 1.5, or any value you specify for Excel. The equation is written here in this cell. You can find the formula and you can check it. These items are multiplied and divided, so the equation is written in this cell. So the objective is actually this cell that now has an error with hashdiff 0 because it's divided by 0. If you go to Solver, by clicking on Solver option here, the menu of Solver will be open for you. The first thing you should assign is to say to Solver that what's my objective? It's actually the result of that equation. That is actually the z value here. And it's the same objective that I showed you. Then the equation is written in this cell. So by selecting the objective, you can write the address. You can also go directly to Excel. Let's first remove the default value in this field, and then you can select the objective cell like this by clicking on the cell that is really your objective to be maximized or minimized or anything. By clicking on this button again, you will return to the same menu, and in that window you can set the objective and you can say it should be maximized, minimized, or now I want to say that it should be exactly equals to 0. And here in this field, you should define the variable cells. If you click on it or click on this button, you can go directly to worksheet and select the changing variable cells. What's the changing variable cell? Actually, the variables that should be changed and should be iterated to finally find the solution. So these are the unknown variables that are now highlighted with orange color. So the changing variables are actually the unknown variables that should be iterated and finally found after trial and error, and after trying different variables, different amounts, and trying different scenarios, and finally reach to the goal of your problem. By clicking on the same button, you will return to the same window. And now let's continue without defining any constraint. Here you can also define constraints and some other options. I will introduce them to you later. Let's continue and click on Solve. By clicking on Solve, Excel will try to find a solution for this specific example. But here you can see that there is an error, and Solver couldn't be converged to a specific solution because the initial values I introduced to Excel were not actually good, and all of them are 0. In some cases, if you change the initial values, you can find the outcome in a proper way. So I can click on OK and change the initial values. I will introduce the other options here in this window. If I set the changing variables as 1, some of them or all of them, it's actually a better initial guess for Solver. The previous variables are in the memory of this window, so you should not do it again. By clicking on solve button, you will see that it's now solved and solver could find the solution. Here it's written solver found the solution, all constraints and optimal conditions are satisfied. Now you can see the answers in the worksheet and the outcome, that is 0. So it worked in a good manner. And you can keep the solver solutions by selecting this item and pressing on OK button, or you can restore the original values. That was the initial values I entered previously, that all of them were 1. Usually we need to use the solved results, and you need to use the solver solution actually, and usually we select this option. If you select this item, that is return to solver parameters dialog, after clicking on OK, you will return to the same window to change the parameters and find another solution if the solution is not good for your objectives. Here you can find something different. These are the reports that Excel can prepare for you for answer, for sensitivity analysis and limits. You can find some reports, and if you want a summary report, you can click on outline reports, and it's a more summarized version of the other reports that Excel can produce. Let me first clear this option to return to worksheet, and let me show you the reports that Excel can prepare for you. Okay, now you can see that 3 different sheets are added to your workbook, and you can find different reports that are produced by Excel automatically. This is an answer report. It's written that the engine used this GRG, a nonlinear engine. The solution time was less than 1 second. It's very, very fast. And the iterations was actually 2 times, and there was no sub problems, and some other assumptions that is used in the solver for converging and for finding a solution. You can see that the convergence, so this precision and population size and some other things, and the original values that were 1, and the final values that could be found by solver of the Excel here. And the sensitivity report, you can see that the Lagrange multiplier is 0 here, and you can see the limit report that it's not available for this specific solution. An example we did. You can check them and you can use them, and you can find the definitions of every parameter in these reports by searching on the Excel help or another sources. Let's go back to the solver option here. Okay, if you again click on solver button and change the value, for example, if you want to find another value, for example 1.47, for example, and solve it, you can see that the aim is satisfied and the goal is the same you specified. If you again return to the solver parameter by clicking on it and click on OK, you will see that the same window will be open for you. If you have an objective with that is less than 0, that is actually the minus value, you can also specify it, minus 3.59, but you should be sure that this option is cleared. Here it's written make unconstrained variables non-negative. It's an option to say all the variables be positive. So if I clear it, I can be sure that the outcome can be a negative value. By returning, you can see that the solver couldn't find a good solution because the initial values were not good. If I click on OK and change the initial values, for example, to -5 or something like this, now I can find it. I hope to find it now. Yes, you can see that the same value I specified is now obtained. You should try different initial values if you couldn't reach the solution by solver. Let me return again to the same window. Now I want to maximize the equation, and my objective is to maximize it. For example, if you want to maximize the profit of a company or maximize a parameter, like for example a pressure in a thermodynamic problem or anything, you can define to be maximized here. You can check or uncheck this. It's up to you, and it's up to your problem. If you click on OK, you can see that the solver couldn't be converged because the initial values were not good again. Let me again use the same one for all the parameters and do it again by clicking on the max and clicking on solve. You can see that now it's converged and constraints are satisfied. So these are the variables that is corresponding to the solution you wanted to obtain. If you again return to the same window, this time I want to minimize it. With the same initial values, I will try. If it couldn't be converged, I can change it, but it could obtain a solution for my problem. But pay attention that in many cases, one problem may have more than one solutions. In this case, it's preferred to define some constraints. For example, you know that a parameter should be in a range. should be larger than a value, should be a positive value, should be a negative value, or anything. By defining the constraints, you will limit Excel to find a solution in a specific region. For example, a curve may have more than one maximum, and you are not sure that which maximum is the result that Excel is finding for you. It depends on the initial values you will define for Excel. If the initial values is close to a local maximum, Excel will find that local maximum for you, and it's not a global maximum actually. So by defining the constraints, you can set some limitations for Excel, and it's much better in many cases. For example, if I want to maximize the solution, but I know that the one of the parameters like y1 is greater than 250, for example, if you click on OK, you will return to the same window. But if you click on Add, another constraint can be defined after that. So it's added and a new constraint can be defined. For example, y4 is equal to exactly 1.58, for example. And y6 is, for example, less than 20. Okay, that's enough. By clicking on solve, we will check that it's obtained or not. There is no solution with this constraint and initial values. If you click on OK and change the initial values, you will try a different solution. Maybe it can be solved this time. Yes, it's solved, and you can see that the constraints are satisfied. Let's check the constraints by returning to the same window. E8 should be greater than 250. You can see that E8 is actually y1, that it's exactly the initial value in the range we have specified. This one is exactly the same value, 1.58, and J8, that is actually y6, should be lower than 20. That is actually lower than 20. It's the maximum value for this specific constraints you have defined for Excel. Moreover, let me explain the other options here. There is a menu here. You can define which method shall be used for solving the equation. By default, it's GRG nonlinear. You can also use the other methods. If one method is not suitable for your specific problem, you can use the other methods, and you can check the efficiency of other methods. In some researches, you can compare the results obtained by different methods. And in the practical problems, you may change the method if one method couldn't be converged. And there's an option here. If you click on option, you can see something that is common for all the methods, GRG method and other methods. You can set some precision constraints. You can set some maximum time for solving or iterations number, or some parameters for GRG nonlinear and also evolutionary method. You can change them. Okay, thanks for watching this video. I hope it was useful for you. If you have any question, you can write your questions as comments below this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support us. See you in other videos.